And I think the number one shock to me after last night is that, wow, Dallas without CeeDee Lamb, 436 yards, seemed unstoppable really in the second half for the most part. That to me was a shocking thing because I thought very highly of Jeff Hafley, the defensive coordinator, and the rest of that Green Bay defense.
And we saw CeeDee Lamb during the game in a walking boot, so who knows how much longer he's going to miss. But George Pickens, it was his opportunity, and he made the most of it. You saw him in the highlight at the top of the program. He had 136, I believe, receiving yards.
Yeah, 134.
134. There it is. 134 on 8 catches, 11 targets, and 2 touchdowns. So,
here it is. I was sitting right here for this. You might see my big blonde head right there. I am. See? Watching it there in the blue suit on the left there. That was an up-close and personal look.
Why didn't you get a little closer and get shoved by the
Well, I wanted to. The referee was coming down there a few times, and I was like, should I make some history here for everybody so we could have some fun moments again? But, even this was the shocking thing, too. We got to a moment to where not only could Dallas not move the ball and do anything, all of a sudden they were moving the ball, and everybody was wide open, like wide open. And that to me was amazing. But I think back to your point with George Pickens, I think you unlocked something with him last night. That was the first time he was a major part of the offense here in Dallas. I think it is somewhat maybe a blessing in disguise without CeeDee Lamb because now they're kind of forced to give him the ball. And now what's going to happen now? They're going to go, damn, he is good. Damn, let's put a few more plays on his plate and orchestrate a few things around him. And then you get CeeDee Lamb back, and all of a sudden you go, whoa, right, we got 2 guys now we can orchestrate the offense around. And I think that's the potential Dallas has and what they got to ride here going into the rest of the season, but they need CD healthy.
I know you're probably going to have to look at the film before you can make a conclusion, but, the extent to which they did or didn't roll coverage toward Pickens, if they didn't, then next week, we're probably going to see more of it.
Yes. But it didn't look like they showed much favoritism.
It becomes pick your poison when CeeDee Lamb comes back.
Yes.
Because if Pickens keeps doing what he's doing without extra attention, then if you don't give him extra attention when Lamb comes back, you got a problem.
You got a problem. And now you got a quarterback that goes, wait, I can trust number 3. We had a little bond last night. In the big moments, I was going to number 3. And the offense, Brian Schottenheimer is going to feel the same way. And that bodes well for Dallas. Now, Dallas's defense, as we know, is still a huge issue. And I wouldn't be shocked if we see them in shootouts like this almost every other week. That seems what it's going to be this year.
But they can stop the run.
Dak Prescott's going to have to earn his $60 million. That's the big thing here.
And they didn't really stop the run last night.
Well, no, they didn't stop the run at all. They didn't stop much at all. But at the same time, I do think with Dallas, at least while we're hitting on them and what they're playing there, Dak Prescott's been phenomenal this year, and he's going to have to carry the squad. I think we came into the year, I thought Dak Prescott was under more pressure than anybody in the sport because of the contract, the expectations. Nothing's been great, deep playoff runs like we've talked about. Lots of injuries. Right. There's been a lot of that. But he's shoving it up everybody's you-know-what so far as his quality of play. And, he's going to have to be awesome, and that offense is going to have to be awesome for Dallas to be a player in the NFC.
They hit the road for the next 2 weeks with opportunities to win at the Jets and the Panthers. Those are opportunities to win.
Definitely.
And right now, 1-2-1. They come back week 7, 3-2-1, taking on the Commanders. That becomes an interesting game. Big rival.
They just can't fall
asleep. And they're
asleep.
Different at home. Here's the problem. Remember, a couple years ago, they were dominant at home. Dominant. They'd get up early, and they would just unleash Micah Parsons, and it was over. They haven't been great away from Dallas this year.
Right.
They were embarrassed by the Bears just 8 days ago. But if they could pick off a couple of wins and then come back, they could give the Commanders everything they handle. So they could get on a little bit of a run here. And, you talk about the confidence, the connection between Dak Prescott and George Pickens. There are good things to take out of last night. Yeah, the defense is going to be what the defense is.
Right.
So if the offense can improve, and hey, I'd rather see 40-40 than 7-6. So I like that you get
you like a little
scoring.
more scoring than I do. I like
those college
24.
scores in the 30s. I like 34-31, 37-34. 40-40 is a little much. But I like to see the Cowboys moving the ball. The games are more fun to watch when you're moving the ball. And they can do it now. They should carry away from last night's game that, with all the talk over the last month, and it's only been 1 month and 1 day since Micah Parsons was traded. Let's forget about that. Let's move on. Let's put it behind us, and let's focus on what the Cowboys are going to be this year. They're going to be an offensive team with a defense that hopefully will will just do enough once in a while to help the offense outscore the other team.
I think the other question with them, and I think you're exactly right, it's going to be an offensive shootout every week. With Dallas, do they fall in the trap? Do they fall in the trap of next week of like, this isn't Green Bay and Jerry's world and Micah. This isn't Philadelphia on the opening night. This is back to the Giants at 1 o'clock when you didn't look very good, right? And you almost lost the game to a team that was lesser than you. And that's what you worry about. The Cowboys do seem a peak and valley team. And are they going to be up for the Jets and the Carolina Panthers? Are they going to fall asleep at the wheel at one of those? That's the things I worry about with the Dallas Cowboys because we've seen those inconsistencies from them. Yeah, it's easy to get up on a night like last night where it's Micah coming back to town. There's a ton of Packer fans in the stadium. You could feel the energy. It's Sunday Night Football, sure. But do they fall into the trap now of, oh, it's 1 o'clock, it's the Jets. Oh, it's 1 o'clock, it's the Carolina Panthers. We should beat them. That's what we're going to see. We're going to see what they're made of here. And, to your point, they can't let those games slip by because they are chances for them to win.
By the way, I hadn't been in that stadium since Super Bowl 45. It really is incredible.
I've never been there. That was my first time.
It's cavernous. It's impressive. Everything
it's amazing.
About it feels like a big deal.
Yeah.
I had forgotten because the big talking point coming out of Super Bowl 45 was they didn't have enough seats for tickets.
Yeah.
And the ice from the whole week. So, it's never been back in the Super Bowl rotation, but one of these days it should be because
it's
it really
incredible.
is an impressive.
I mean, the size of the stadium itself, when you just drive up, you just go, I've never seen a stadium like this. And then you're right. There's so many different spots and little nooks and crannies that I got to see last night. An incredible place for fans to come and watch a football game. I mean, you can do whatever you want. Hey, stand out here. Let me watch from the mezzanine level and just stand around and eat and drink and whatever else. The people outside hanging out. I mean, I'm doing the podcast. There's thousands of people out there. There's people running around. There's big screens everywhere. I mean, there had to have been another 5,000 to 10,000 people outside the stadium. So Jerry's raking it in.
He knows how to make money. I got to give him credit.
Jerry.
Like, put up a couple TV screens for all the people who don't have tickets to the game.
Right.
Feel free to gather outside my stadium.
More beer stands.
And please give us your money.
Yeah, right.
How
about them Cowboys?
It is incredible. And apparently, like all day Saturday, there are people there, big festival. Come on, show up and we'll take your money.
Exactly. If there's sun out and there's money to be made,
and if they're having a good time, I mean, it's not like they're being
everybody
forced.
is. You're exactly right. It's a spectacle. It's the Dallas Cowboys. People they want to go to that stadium and be a part of it and see what it's all about.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.